welcome to King's Kids. It's great to be with you. And who's on half term? Whoop whoop. So good to have time off sometimes. Now today, we've got so much planned, but first, I want a massive, great big shout. And what are we going to shout today, Turbo? We're going to shout, whoop whoop half term! After 3, 1, 2, 3, whoop whoop half term! That was amazing. And just one more time, just for the fun of it. 1, 2, 3, whoop whoop half term! Okay, so here we go. Here's our first challenge with Mike.
Hello, and welcome to You vs Mike! Urgh! Well done everybody on last week's challenge. I heard you thrashed me again. Truly and utterly defeated. So, this week's challenge. It's a fun one. What you need is to choose some cereal, and you need to choose some basically replacement glue. So you could choose like a spread, syrup or something. And this week's challenge, we're going to see how many pieces of cereal we can get glued to our face. The person with the most wins. So watch me do the challenge first, and then you guys can do it all together as a group. So I've gone for peanut butter as my chosen glue because it's very sticky. We're going to put 30 seconds on the timer, and we're going to see who can get the most on their face.
On your marks, get set, go!
Oh no, it's falling off my face.
Only got 5 seconds
I've only
left.
got 5 seconds.
2, 1, time! Let's see your face. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces.
Oh nice, that's not too bad. It was a good choice of glue because it stuck my mouth together. Let's see how many you can get now. Pause the video here while I eat this peanut butter, and we'll see who gets the most.
So today, our story is all about trusting God. And we're going to be looking at a story with a storm in it. So you guessed it, our drawing challenge is for you to draw a storm. Now, if you think that's a bit easy, you can take the extra challenge and you can tell me about a situation where you needed to trust God. So there you go. Draw a storm or explain a situation where you've been in it and you needed to trust God. In the Bible, it says to trust the Lord with all your heart. But how do we know we can trust Him? Well, Jesus shows us perfectly. We're going to check out one of the stories that He tells. Let's have a look in Mark chapter 4, verse 35. When evening came, Jesus said to His disciples, "Let's go over to the other side of the lake." They left the crowd behind, and they took Him along in a boat just as He was. There were also other boats with Him. A wild storm came up. Waves crashed over the boat. It was about to sink. Jesus was in the back, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke Him up. They said, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" He got up and ordered the wind to stop. He said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and it was completely calm. He said to the disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Don't you have any faith at all?" They were terrified. They asked each other, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey Him." Would you have been scared if you were in that boat? The disciples certainly were, but Jesus told them to trust Him. Let's check out another story about trusting Jesus. This is our story from John 4, verse 45, about Jesus healing an official's son. When He arrived in Galilee, the people living there welcomed Him. They had seen everything He'd done in Jerusalem at the Passover feast, and that was because they'd also been there. Once more, Jesus visited Cana in Galilee, and Cana is where He turned water into wine. A royal official was there. His son was sick in bed in Capernaum. The official heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judah, so he went to Jesus and begged him to come and heal his son. The boy was so close to death. Jesus told him, "You people will never believe unless you see signs and wonders." The royal official said, "Sir, come down before my child dies." "Go," Jesus replied, "your son will live." The man believed what Jesus said, and so he left. While he was still on his way home, his slaves met him. They gave him the news that his boy was living. He asked what time his son got better. They said to him, "Yesterday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the fever left him." Then the father realised what had happened. That was the exact time that Jesus said to him, "Your son will live." And so his whole family became believers. And that was the second sign that Jesus did after coming from Judah to Galilee. Jesus shows us that we can trust him, because when he says something will happen, it really does. We've got a couple of questions now that you can discuss in your Zoom groups. So bye for now from me.